Hey, what's up everybody? Here to bring you another review. This time of the Figma 373 Genji from Overwatch. Now, before we get started, I want to admit that I've never played Overwatch, probably never will, but I did a little bit of research character and it usually gave me some game stats. So I'm just going by what I saw in a couple videos and I pretty much enjoyed it. The reason why they got me is because I love cyborg ninjas. It's a great look. I love the design and it just grew on me. So immediately I just pretty much decided, hey, I'm going to get this. And now I did. So anyway, let's jump into the review. I want to admit that this character is actually sculpted really, really well. It's different for Figma from what I've seen and what I've owned from the Figmas that I own. So I'm really enjoying this look, the feel, everything about it. So let's jump into it and get started. I'm going to start off with the head. Now in the back, you have his, I want to call it his cloth, as it would be if you saw it like running with it. It rotates all the way around and it's even on a ball joint. So that's pretty cool. The head has some trouble looking down. So it's one of those things where looking down, you don't actually move the top of the head. As you see here, you're actually going to rotate the neck down. So that helps you get your movement to go down. But if you want to look up, you can with the character by rotating it up. You can rotate left and right on a neck ball joint, and you'll be pretty nice there. One of the things I want to point out is it's really tough to move the neck at first. So you may want to heat up those joints. You don't want to run yourself into trouble like that, anything like that. One thing that is very unique about Genji that I like so far is the simple fact that Genji actually has a really nice shoulder joint that I haven't seen really on a Figma in a very long time, if not ever. So I want to actually talk about that. Let me just set up my tripod. I'm using a new dial, so it's a little new and fresh to me. But I don't know if you guys can see it here, but these ball joints are actually pretty cool. It imitates the motion of a butterfly joint while keeping the range of motion and mostly a fluid look inside the arm. So as you can see there, it looks really flush and really nice. And I like that. I like that a lot. So what also does is that on the back, what I'm going to get to in a second, you can see that you can actually imitate him taking out his sword, which is really dope, or even going to the backside for the Wakizashi. So you can actually do all those without it looking really funky. So on the backside of Genji, I know I'm jumping around here, so bear with me. On the backside of Genji, there's a ball joint to hold his blade. That allows you to rotate it very easily. So you can actually go full 360 degrees, really you can. And you can rotate it up and down a little. Same for the backside with the Wakizashi. You actually can rotate it down. I haven't tried to take it off yet, so I'm not going to. But I know that you can actually remove these because these are part swaps. So when you're going to show the blade being out, that's actually what you're going to do. Same thing for the katana. Part swapping. So it's not one of those where it can actually be held in a sheath, which would be really cool, but you can't do it here. Now, as far as upper torso articulation, the arm actually fold up really well. And I do mean by really well because of that butterfly joint. And it rotates in about this far. So as you can see there, it can make a little bit further than a 90-degree angle. So if you want to be a strong man, you can. Join my clan. The, the torso rotates really well, and it folds in for a really nice ab crunch. Folds in even further at the waist, so you can get a great range of ab crunch. The only drawback that I've really seen so far that I dislike is personally right here, the leg armor gets in the way of his leg articulation. So that's something that really sucks, but it's not something you can't get around. Still can use the drop down method, and there's lots of room to work around his waist area, especially with the crotch area. You can actually move it a little. So what you want to do is you can actually rotate it up, and you can still rotate the thigh a little, either rotate it out, and the leg folds really far in. So if you want him to sit Indian style, I shouldn't call it that, but I'm not sure what else to call it. You can. You can meditate. You can look really cool with it. You can sit on the floor and have tea. Now, as far as action poses and things like that, let's see what I can get going. Actually, one quick thing I want to cover. Ankle pivot actually is done really well. Rotates really far in. I really like the way his shoes are designed, and there's a toe pivot as well, too. So to all my guys that play Overwatch, please excuse me if I don't know anything that he does, but I'm going to assume he's a cyborg ninja, and I'm going to do cyborg ninja things. So I'm going to do some quick posing. So as you can see here, the leg options actually get in the way, but they fold up because they're soft plastic. So for me, I'm going to test it to its limit. So if something breaks a pop, it's really on me. But I want to make sure I can get some cool poses. I don't think you should be a cyborg ninja and you can't do ninja poses. So voila, let's fold it back. So I've done what I've done so far real quick. And it doesn't seem like it can go that far, but I want to test it out some more. Maybe there's something I'm missing. See, as you can see here, I folded it in. It can go a little further. But by the time I take pictures, I'm pretty sure I'll grasp the full mechanics of the figure. The legs seem to go pretty far, right? Real quick, I want to talk about the accessories that come with Genji. As you know, as usual, you do get a Figma stand with each and every Figma. I'm going to just pop this in. So as you know, you'll get a Figma stand. You actually get an extra piece to go into his backside that plugs into your stand as well. Like I said before, you actually get the part swapping sword. So this is the full blade. It actually looks really, really nice, and it's done really, really well. I like the look of it. I love the neon green. It's a really nice look. Then we have the traditional Wakizashi, and this is the short blade, and it has a more updated handle for it, or should I say hilt. So it's really nice. As far as hand accessories and extra accessories, you get a hand that comes with his ninja stars, which is really dope. It's only one that you get with the right hand for him. You don't get a left hand one, you only get a right hand one. And you actually get an open palm one for throwing those very same ninja stars. So I think this is really dope. This is a really cool effect part. I think this is a very nice added effect. Now, as far as hands that come on his rack, you get 2 sets of hands for holding weapons. So I believe these 2 are for the Wakizashi because they're smaller, and these 2 are for the katana. I'm pretty sure you can do both vice versa, or you can make it seem like it's one for holding the blade and pulling it over your shoulder. Then I'm going to call these genjutsu hands or ninjutsu hands. Whichever one, if you're a Naruto fan, you know exactly what I meant by that. And they have 2 open palms as well. So you actually get a nice allotment of stuff, and I really like it. I'm looking forward to taking pictures, doing cyborg ninja things, and cool stuff like that. It's really nice to have something that's new and refreshing, especially from Good Smile. Even without being a fan of Overwatch, I can honestly say this seems like a very well sculpted and well done figure. It was some thought put into it. Yeah, I think the only downside being is the leg armor actually gets in the way of some of its articulation. Because I feel like without it, he would have a lot more. But this is generally an excellent figure right here. Real quick, I want to do a size comparison and just make it look like, compare him to other things. So real quick, I want to compare him to another Figma. And I realize I don't have many guy figures. I actually have a ton of the female ones that I never ever use. But I do have a lot of the Fate ones. And one of the ones I want to compare him to is Faker, aka Archer. So as you can see, they stand about the same height. Here they both are next to a Marvel Legends Hydra. And they stand a little smaller, but generally for a Figma, these guys are actually not that small, especially when you compare them to other Figmas. These guys are on the bigger side. So it's really cool that they look and like they can do well within a Marvel Legends realm or a 6-inch realm. That's really nice. Let's get you out of here, Faker. Here they are. Well, here's Genji next to a synthetic human, which is along the realm of cybernetics and cyborgs. So this is actually really cool. They seem to be generally in the same scale. I like that. Next up, we're going to do Articulated Icons Ninja, which, ninjas have to fight ninja, just like magic can only defeat magic. So as you can see, they actually scale really nicely with Genji. He's a little smaller than him, but proportion-wise, he actually scales out really well. Next up, we're going to compare him to an SH Figuarts Laser Level 0. They're around the same height. This is really cool. So I'm liking this more and more. Let's get you out of here. Next up, I'm going to compare him to a Mezco Batman. So as you can see, Batman seems to be the one thing that towers over everybody. Just looks bigger and bulkier than the rest of them. So, yeah. But I'm pretty sure you can make it work with some perspective. All in all, I'm really liking the Genji figure. Hopefully I can take some dope photos with it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. In the meantime, guys, hope you found this informative. Hope you enjoyed. And most of all, I hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Later.